What's going on, Postcard Marketing Pros? So today we're going to talk about the best piece of mail I've ever received and why you should definitely not send this piece of mail. I'm going to walk you all through it. We're going to go pretty quick to this one. I've scanned this document in, so you're going to see it right here. Yeah, right here. And then we're going to go over piece by piece the very interesting and clever ways that this piece will get you to convert, what you can learn from that, what you can take from it, and what you definitely should not take from it. Let's dive in. So first off, I want to talk about this envelope. This envelope, so brilliant, right? And you can't see it on the version I'm going to show you, but I'll show you in the corner here. Nice red ink here. And this is not a government document, but there's an eagle, and eagle means the government, right? So it's already come in super official, even though they're not trying to be official. Then they've got this buck slip here. Filing checklist, right? Reminds you of taxes, doesn't it? Keep this information for your records, right? Very official here. Complete all necessary fields, government-y. Provide name, phone, entity's authorized party. This will be used to contact you. If you were truly a state agency, you would know that information. Signatures required for processing, right? This all feels very government, right? Submit a valid form of payment. Totally something government would say. Please confirm that check or money order is accurately completed, including name, date, and total and signature. Right? All language that is designed to make you think this is coming from government. Submit your company's completed form along with payment for your entity's filing in the enclosed envelope. Should you have any questions or concerns, like call us at, and this is an 877 number. So, this all feels very government-y. They designed it this way purposely. They've had to add some additions to make sure that they didn't get legally slammed for this, but this is exactly what they're doing. Also, if you look at the return envelope, CPS, see, California Processing Systems. I don't know what CPS stands for. Maybe it's here on the piece, but feels very government. Sacramento, right? That's where the state capital is, right? This is designed to make you think this is coming from the Secretary of State. All right, so we looked at the outside. We've looked at the return envelope. Now let's dig into this piece. I blurred out some of my information, but let's go through this. 2021 Statement of Information Instruction Form, California LLC is very official, right? Look at this. There's a barcode, right? Like we've got a customer ID number. That's just some made up number. It's not a state number, like notice date, right? When they sent it out. Entity file number, right? I think this is a government agency. And then a government number. Entity start date, right? This is the date that the business was formed, right? So they pulled in a bunch of information that they've scraped from the California Secretary of State's website, right? Then California laws require every company a $250 late fee may apply, right? So they've got some scare tactics here. And then they printed out the code, very official. Here's the California code. Here's what it says. CPS, right? They don't actually ever say what CPS is. So again, they're trying to make it feel very official. California. To utilize this service, right? This is the only place that you would think, oh, this is not a government, besides that small thing on the envelope, which people probably threw away, right? Will not disclose any information about your business to any third party, including competitors, unless required by law. Come on. Mail the completed form with $120 in the enclosed envelope. Oh, 120, please respond today, right? Feels very, very official. And then we've got the Secretary of State entity number and the filing year and the formation date and the business address, right? These are all personalization pieces that are about me, that have things that I recognize that are pre-filled out, right? There's steps here. That's just like a government form, right? Identify managers and members. That's my information. Agent for service of processes, right? That's my information. Again, I'm seeing my information over and over again. It's like, oh, this seems very, very official. Provide a brief description of the nature of the business. So this is already filled in, right? So I'm not actually providing any new information. And because it's pre-filled in, this is, if you really take a moment to dive into this, it feels very scammy because it's taking information the state already knows about me, submitting that same information to this third party so that they can do this file of information where the punishment is $250 if the state says, hey, you haven't filed this thing. And then please make your check payable to CPS. Again, they never said what CPS is, like super deceptive. And then notice the very bottom, after you filled out everything and you're already committed, and not at the top, they say, this product or service has not been approved or endorsed by any governmental agency, and this offer is not being made by an agency of the government. This is called cover your ass. That's exactly what they're doing here. And otherwise, they would have designed this form so that so that you knew that this wasn't coming from a government agency, right? I authorize CPS to fill in this information, and the backside is just the Spanish version of this. So let's talk about what I liked about what they did, and then what you definitely shouldn't do. First, the thing that I liked about it is that it was personalized. It had information about me. It was relevant. It was time relevant. This is really critical. People get this wrong all the time, right? And you don't know this, but I've moved. And so because I've moved, they include my previous address and my new address. So they now have a triggered event, an event that might make it likely for me to want to file this information with the Secretary of State to say some things have changed about my business. Very clever. But the thing that you definitely should not do is this is masquerading as a government document, and everywhere, the Eagle, they thought very methodically about this. And this kind of deception that you are perpetrating upon your customers is not going to pay off in the long term. Maybe they make money, but it's not the ethical thing to do. And I would argue that this company can either A, if they truly provide a really valuable service, which they very well might, what they can do here is they can say, here's all the thousands of steps for you to do this today, and here's how we make it easy. You just pay us, it's done. You don't have to go through some complicated process, go get a print. I don't have a printer. I got to find a printer. I got to find an envelope. Right? Like, they just need to agitate my pain about what the steps are that I can take to do this, as opposed to trying to trick me to just pay them. And then what's going to happen invariably is that some lawsuit is going to come down the line. And maybe they're charging low enough rates here that they can get away with this, but some lawsuit is going to come down the line saying, I thought this was a government agency, and they're going to say, Exhibit A, look at this very corner. We said it one time on the envelope and one time in this very tiny section. So here's what to take. Take the fact that it's really personalized. Take the fact that there's a triggering moment, right? And in direct mail, there's a lot of these types of triggering moments. You just moved is a good one. Scout does some stuff that's like, you just listed your home, you just sold your home, you just pulled a permit, you just lost power, right? We have these triggering events that are really useful for targeting people at the right time. So take that aspect of this piece, but don't deceive your customers. Just don't do it. It doesn't pay off. It's not a long-term business. It's not going to scale. If your business is betting on staying under a rock to be successful, that's a bad strategy. So you should congratulate yourself for learning about a piece that probably converts super, super well, and the do's and don'ts from this piece. Now, I would be remiss if I say subscribe. That's what we're supposed to do, right? Subscribe. And then also you can always find me at sendwithscout.com. I'm happy to chat with you about your piece and do a deep dive. And then you're going to get the end clip here, which is going to tell you some of the same things. So I heard you're supposed to do this multiple times on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching and educating yourself on a really, really cool piece of direct mail. Bye.